Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Area of a Composite Figure. Today we're going to be finding the area of this composite figure right here by simply splitting it up into easy-to-use shapes. So in this case, you've probably already noticed that you can actually draw a line right there, and then magically we have a trapezoid on this side and a rectangle over here. Now, we can use this information or this setup to determine the area of the entire shape by simply finding the area of the trapezoid and the area of the rectangle and adding them together. So let's go ahead and start with the trapezoid first. Now we know with a trapezoid that to find the area of a trapezoid, we simply have to do 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Now, remember the bases are just the parallel lines, so you can go ahead and take your pick which one you want to be which. I'm going to say that base 1 is going to be this parallel line right here because, well, it's easy to see what it is. It's 11 yards. So let's plug in what we know. We have 1/2 times base 1 we said was 11 plus base 2. Now, we need to know how far it is from here to here. We don't know because it doesn't tell us outright, but we do know from here to here is 16 yards. And if we take away the 7 yards from that, because from here to here is 7 yards, we can figure out what the length of that line is by simply doing 16 minus 7, which we happen to know is 9. So the length of this line right here is 9 yards. So base 2 will be 9. Times the height. Now remember, the height is the distance between the parallel lines. Well, we know, it doesn't tell us outright, but we do know that from here to here it's 4 yards, and from here to here it's another 4 yards, which means that the height is 8 yards. So now we can plug in what we know for all of that. Now let me clean up my area real quick, and let's do some calculations. Okay. So now that we've figured out our dimensions, we can use the order of operations, beginning with the inside of the parentheses. 11 plus 9 is 20. And now we have half of 20 times 8, or 1/2 times 20 times 8. Now, remember, when we're multiplying by a half, we're just simply dividing by 2. Half of 20 is 10, or 20 divided by 2 is 10. So let's go ahead and plug that in. Now we have 10 times 8, which gives us 80, which means the area of this trapezoid is going to be 80 yards squared. Now that we've figured out the area of the trapezoid, let's move on over to the right and let's figure out the area of this lovely rectangle right here. Now remember, to find the area of a rectangle, we're simply taking the length times the width. The length, being the longer of the two lines, is 7 times a width of 4. 7 times 4 is 28, which means that the area of the rectangle is going to be 28 yards. Now, remember, I want to find the area of the entire shape, not just those individual shapes. We want to know what the area of this entire shape is. And to figure that out, all we have to do is add 80, which was the area of our trapezoid, plus 28, which is the area of our rectangle. 8 plus nothing is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10, which means that if we've done our calculations correctly, the area should be 108 yards squared. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are correct. Bravissimo. Good job. Good luck.